has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I've heard, who are melting tar and plucking feathers, I will not say their name.
I should think some of you could forget your everlasting Iowa stubbornness long enough to remember what this town was like before Harold Hill came. Do you? Well, do you?
Hold up there.
After he came, suddenly there were things to do and things to be proud of, and people to go out of your way for. Surely some of you could be grateful for what this man's brought to us. And I should think you'd want to admit it.
Do we see a great deal of time here? If there's a person in this hall who doesn't want this man Hill tarred and feathered, let him, by God, stand up.
Whatever.
You Lily, sit down! And the rest of you are standing there like a coat of Shropshire sheep. Maybe you can remember some other things, like what you paid for all those uniforms, technical instruction books, and band instruments, with a clear understanding and warranty that your children will be taught to play the band. Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Oh, there it is.
Now think, men. Think.
So painful. Just like us.
That's my Marty! That was my Marty!
What is a party?
Eddie's clarinet. Play to me, son. Play to me.
Davy! That's my Davy!
Alright, let's go. So I got it in my pocket. Yep, that should be good. Alright. Next class is curriculum. Okay.
Hey, do you guys want to like mess up Ricky's hat or something? Like,
Whoa.
like bend it the other way? Where'd you get that from Maya? No, she gave it to me to give to her. I'm gonna bend it the other way. No, that's so mean. Get off my seat. No, hey, oh, I'm super fast. Oh. Wow, Ricky, they're being mean to your hat. That's your hat. You guys really like the sandbar. That's pretty great. It was not really. I was literally staring at you for so long, and they were just like.
Hey, Jordan.
When I think about the sandbar, I mean, the boosties. It was pretty hard.
I'm doing good.
I got sand all over my leg.
Yeah.
They put on the hat.
How are you?
Great.
You're great. Nice. Do you know that song from earlier? West Virginia, Mountain Mama, country home, take me home. Yeah, I know that song.
Everyone's so giving me my hat that I keep losing.
Jordan, look at.
He doesn't know.
Your hands are cold.
What picture was that?
This is my brother. He's such a.
Oh, I see.
Curiosity.
That guy's.
What are all y'all doing? Everybody, oh, yeah. Just, what did I say at the beginning of this week? On Monday of this week, I gave you guys all a ribbon. Okay, you weren't here. All right, he has an excuse. Okay. As a class in general, y'all got a ribbon. What did I say I wanted to be done every single day when you guys come in here? Jordan.
Sit down, be quiet, wait for instructions.
Thank you. Okay. I don't know what's so hard to understand about that. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do every single day. Okay. And if I have a sub here, they will tell you what we're going to do. Okay. Wait for instructions. That's what I'm asking you to do. On Monday and Tuesday, since every single Monday and Tuesday, all we do is we grab a Chromebook and we work on those things. Yes, that's fine on Mondays and Tuesdays. Okay, but on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I always give you guys instructions, right? Has there been a day this year that I've come in and just been like,
No.
whatever, just whatever? No, I've told you this is what I want you to work on. This is what we're working on today. Or if you come in on a Thursday and I say, we're working on soft skills, we're working on personal finance today. I don't get what's going on. Why is this hard to understand? Okay, so put the Chromebooks back away, because that's not what we're doing today.
Wait, what? Okay, that's strange. That's weird. Why are we not using our Chromebooks? Okay.
I need to talk to you about this. I need to talk to the guy who actually owns those. If Vince wants to give you one, Vince needs to come and grab it from me. That's how my rules kind of work with them. Not just Camden, because then I have to come to Melton like, hey, Camden told me I could have one. And then Camden goes, I don't remember. And I'm like, well, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But then again, then I'm in the same situation of going and giving out everybody else's stuff. You know? So if Vince wants to give it to me, tell Vince to come and grab one. Feel me?
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
It's okay. I will.
Do you like
Get it put back in
Pringles?
there correctly.
Yes.
Yes.
What's your favorite flavor?
Number 19 looks like it's wrong.
No, the green one.
Oh,
What is that called?
dude, I want Pringles now. I think I only have $3 though, but I have more money at home though, but I forgot to bring it with me, so maybe I might try to get Pringles, you know? You never know.
Okay, so today, what we're doing today. So it's been tough for me to be able to get guest speakers to come in because I don't know everybody in this community, and sometimes their schedules don't really coincide with what my schedule is being able to be available to them. And it's hard to get them in here in second hour and then also get them back again for fourth hour. So in order to give you guys some exposure to other things out there in the world, to different types of careers, to different types of opportunities, and even to being an entrepreneur yourself, being like maybe an inventor or creating your own type of business, I've decided to use another TV show that has been airing for, golly, since the 90s, since I was a kid, okay? I've chosen some of the more recent episodes though, because I get that the older it is, the harder it is for you guys to watch. I get that, I really do, okay? It's gotta be more pertinent to you, which is why I've chosen more recent episodes so that you guys can get an idea of like how the world's changed and shifted and where you can fit into the new world that you're coming into, okay? Use the ideas of looking back 10 years ago and sit there and go, man, 10 years ago they thought of these things. Think about the circumstances we're in right now and think about how you fit into those circumstances. What types of jobs are out there that didn't exist 10 years ago that you might find yourself doing? Okay? What types of gadgets or tools are you going to find yourselves using within those areas? How can you improve the way you work within those areas? Maybe you're already thinking of those ideas now. Okay? Those are all things I hope you guys gain as we watch through this series. The series is called Modern Marvels. Okay? Some of you may have heard of it before, but they jump into different things from planes to supermarkets to different types of crops, you name it. Okay? Trying to find out what makes these things work and why are they successful. Okay? So what I've done is I've chosen 8 different episodes, and you as a class can choose which episode you guys watch today. You don't take any notes on it, but you do have to pay attention to it. And I don't want you sitting there chit-chatting the entire time or playing pokies with your best friend. Okay? I don't want you poking at each other. You know who I'm talking to already. Okay? So, mature up a little bit. You're 14, turning 15. Some of you may already be 15. Okay? Start acting that. It's ridiculous that I'm still feeling like I'm around my nieces. That's what I feel like when I'm around you guys. And that's how I feel. I shouldn't feel that way. You guys can be mature. I know you can be because you are at times. I'm asking you to increase the frequency of that. Okay? It's not that you can't have fun. It's that there's a time and there's a place. You can have fun at different times. Just there's times that you need to be serious and you need to take things serious. And then when you have the times to be fun, yeah, have fun. Be a kid. Okay? This high school is about learning that time and place. You learn it quickly, high school becomes this super fun experience. Ask Paul. Paul, when you found out there was a time and a place for things and you still forget it sometimes, but how much more fun is it when you can have fun when you're supposed to have fun and you're serious when you need to be serious? Yeah, life's not a struggle at that point in time. And then your teachers, whom you respect or maybe don't respect, maybe you love or maybe don't love, start to love you a little bit more because then they can tolerate you a little more. Okay, I'm not talking about specifically myself, I'm talking about all your teachers in general. Y'all are the most talkative people we've ever experienced. Period. The sophomore class may be mean to one another, but y'all are talkative. And it's just noise volume, it's just crazy. We all talk about it as teachers. So do us a favor. Find the time, find the place. Start to learn that. Cool? All right, so, sorry, moving on. These are the 8 different episodes. We're gonna just do it. You can vote more than one time. We're just gonna raise by hands if you would like to view that episode, okay? In other words, we're just gonna pick the one that the most people want to view right now. Does that make sense? Okay, I'll count them out, we'll write them all down, blah, 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 as far as that goes, okay? So, and I'll explain to you kind of what they're talking about in each of the episodes. So the first episode here, top 10 innovations. They're gonna go over the top 10 things that have been created over the last 50 years that have changed the way that we live and that are still used, 10 years ago. I don't know if they're still all used today, But 10 years ago when this episode aired, all these 10 innovations are still widely used at that point in time. They might be widely used even today still, okay? Bath tech, bathroom technology, okay? It's how are we re-innovating and reinventing the bathroom? Okay, they're gonna look at different things from your own personal bathroom to bathroom technology to hotel bathroom experiences. How are we shaping things as far as this goes? How can that be important to you in the future? Power tools, self-explanatory. We're gonna look at power tools. Adventure vehicles, this is like UTVs, ATVs, quads, side-by-side, you name it, however you want to describe them. Okay, jet skis, they're gonna talk about different adventure vehicles, how they've progressed and how the technology's changed over time on them. Shoes, self-explanatory. Pocket tools, this is all the different random things you find in people's pockets. They're gonna talk about the different things you find in people's pockets. And the interesting thing about that is you can find out maybe what you could do or how you could fit into that niche. For example, right now, today, what do you think is something everybody has in their pocket?
A phone.
A phone, okay? How can you fit into that market? How can you find a job in the phone industry? Numerous ways. You can invent something new for a phone. You could work in the service side of it. You could work in the technology end of it where you're producing towers around the places and stuff like that. There's so many different things you can look at. So as you see different items in pockets, you can think about what kind of jobs extend from that right there? What kind of career opportunities? What kind of ideas can I gain from that? Whether I want to be an entrepreneur or just work in the industry. Okay? Weird machines, self-explanatory. It's weird machines that have no practical use but work really well. Does that make sense? It works great, but how the heck do we use it? Okay, and then winter tech is kind of self-explanatory. It's gonna be all things that are technologically related to winter. Now we're getting close to that winter stuff. It's kind of fitting. Okay, so top 10 innovations. By a show of hands, who would like to watch that episode? Just 2 people think that one's cool. Okay, bath tech. How many people think that one would be something they're interested in? Nobody. Power tools. 2 people think power tools might be interesting. Adventure vehicles. 4, 5, 6, 7 people interested in that. Shoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people interested in that.
We're allowed to vote twice.
Yeah, you can vote as many times as you want to. Just if you want to watch it, raise your hand for it. Okay. Pocket tools.
What?
What's the most popular one in the other class? I
Yeah,
don't know why.
and they told us very
I'm not
good.
going to-
They told us it was actually kind of cool, or what?
They told me you learn about lint.
There was a part in there about lint. It's kind of funny, actually. It's kind of weird too. Weird machines. Actually, this one might take over.
I don't care.
15.
Yay.
Oh,
Hey, and then
nice.
winter tech. It doesn't, no, one person for the winter.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, looks like we're watching weird machines today.
Winter tech is, oh, I thought winter.
All right, let's go. Watching the machine.
So, you can think
What's that in
about-
the
you
necklace?
watch
Is
this
that a
episode
heart?
here, think about the practical uses for some of these weird machines. Maybe they haven't thought of the
So
right
what?
use for it yet. Maybe that's where you come
A
in.
ladybug? Oh, okay.
They are a glimpse into the future, or a throwback to the past. They can breathe fire underwater. Just go really fast. They are strange machines that pose 2 important questions. What is it? And how do I get one?
The easiest description for it is actually that it's kind of like Batman's tool belt.
Join us in discovering today's off-kilter,
Interesting.
on the fringe, and out-of-this-world mechanical creations, and the mad inventors behind them.
Get ready for weird machines on Modern Marvels.
Why are all the cool guys always gotta be Australian?
It's been said that necessity is the mother of all invention. But for some inventions, the necessity remains unclear. There's a growing world of devices resting on the edges of society. The lone wolves of technology, deviating from the norm, and all sharing a common attribute. They're just a touch weird.
Oh, I see.
We touched right out the gate in California, with a machine whose look says it all. If you've ever wanted to swim like a shark, well, here's your chance. Robert Innes and his team at Innes Space Productions have designed the ultimate aquatic robot, the Sea Breacher X.
Oh, that's cool.
This high
That looks cool.
Innes' goal to build an underwater jet ski.
I want to ride that.
This party is about the closest you're gonna get to a sensation of a dolphin or a shark. You go through the water, you jump over it. You can totally do anything that you can imagine. This one is our most extreme vehicle. It puts out about 255 horsepower. It's capable of about 50 miles an hour on the surface.
That's fast.
You can do that.
That's really fast. Dang.
At the shop, the next fleet of custom-made shark and dolphin boats are on the line. The shells and motors arrive prefabricated, and the work begins.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Welders machine every part based on the specs of the ordered boat.
Pretty much what we do all the grinding, our specific welding, our beginning stages of the fabrication. This is where it starts.
All the main mechanical components of the Sea Breacher are made from non-corrosive stainless steel or aluminum.
We just chop it up, weld it up, and boom, we got cars.
With a base model going for $80,000, this is definitely not your family's first speedboat.
You know, we have a pretty diverse clientele of people who buy these. You know, we have everything from wealthy Arab clients to adrenaline junkies.
And to keep the customers safe, the Sea Breacher must remain buoyant at all times.
So within the walls of the Sea Breacher, there's actually flotation, which is urethane foam. So even if the whole cockpit fills with water, the foam will keep you afloat. So it's a safety feature built into the fuselage, so it can't sink. Famous last words.
Just because it won't sink doesn't mean it can't go underwater. To replicate the movements of a marine mammal, Innes had to utilize the mechanics of aerospace engineering.
What we do is we build custom-built submersible watercraft. These are not submarines, they fly underwater, so it's really like a cross between a boat and a plane. Now, a regular airplane has wings that suck it up into the sky, so we use forward momentum and downwards facing wings to suck it underneath the water. If you push these both forward, it's forcing the entire boat underwater. It's giving negative lift. If you pull these boats back, it's actually bringing it up above the surface. So at different speeds, you're doing different things here.
Sea Breacher also requires complex hand and foot coordination to maximize the watercraft's potential.
You actually do a lot of the controlling of the Sea Breacher with your feet here. It's more like the aircraft. You push the left pedal to turn left, the right pedal to turn right. You can also pitch the nose up and down by pointing your toes forward. That points it into a dive. And when you push your heels like that brings the nose up. Now you get big jumps.
You know, for a weird machine, I think that's the coolest weird machine I've seen so far.
It is, I agree. It's, Jordan, I'm gonna ride that.
Four-stroke engine, and it runs on under gasoline. You need a lot of horsepower to get these things out of the water. Typical family ski boat is about 200 horse. So here we have like a 16-foot canoe with 250 horsepower. So obviously it's going to haul.
This fusion of throttle thrust, foot pedal dynamics, and horsepower allows for a seasoned driver to perform jumps, twists, and surface 180s.
Whoa, cool, that's amazing.
I mean, things happen.
It's amazing right there.
So, you know, you're down this like thinking you see fish, you just get tunnel vision because everything is happening so quickly. It's kind of like strapping yourself to a torpedo.
But the Sea Breacher isn't the only weird machine sending ripples through the nautical world. We head to America's final frontier, where a bizarre watercraft navigates the frigid waters of Juneau, Alaska.
This craft is the Archduke Grand Excelsior, ruler of the high seas. The Archduke was designed to be an all-weather go-anywhere craft.
Marine mechanic Cal Giordano single-handedly built the Duke in less than 3 months in his garage.
Just then one day I thought that, there's no reason why not. I have the skills. I work on normal boats all day. They really don't interest me. I wanted the boat to be unique, have unique functions, and just be a different kind of boat.
This is mostly just boats.
32 feet in length, the Archduke is a hodgepodge of commercial and household parts. A large buoy is chosen for the front of the boat.
Okay, I see that.
Attached to counter the weight of the back. Its look is a cross between a Civil War submarine and a pirate ship, even donning a cannon on the bow. To tackle a project of this scale, one must acquire the right tools of the trade.
Now this is what you need to build the Archduke. You need a cutting torch. This is to cut the steel. You need a grinder. This is to grind the steel you just cut. You need a drill. This is to drill holes in the steel that you just cut and ground. This is a file. This is for everything else.
With the hull in place,
Cool,
went to work converting the commercial pieces into a recreational vehicle.
Now, the Archduke is an unconventional craft made from rather conventional items. For instance, the buoy here, this is a 58-inch diameter commercial buoy. Now, what I've used it for is my command module or the cabin where I drive. We have 1-inch thick tempered glass windows. We have a Navy surplus hatch. I can stand in the middle of this module and turn 360 degrees for full visibility.
The one-man hub consists of a small steering wheel, speed clock, and gauge. Our camera is mounted on top of the boat and wired to a video monitor inside the cabin.
This is the Archduke's video camera. With the bows under, it allows me to see and control the boat when I can't see through the windshield. It allows me to see and steer better in rough water. It allows me to see and drive at night.
The bow is able to dip underwater by using 2 front wings, added to mimic the physics of a submarine.
Now this boat, not designed to be a submarine, but early in its construction I saw that it could easily have the capability to be semi-submersible, which means kind of go underwater.
What we do is we turn this crank. Now we can see the wings are going lower. Now with the wings in this position, as the Archduke moves forward, these wings dive, pulling the bow underwater along with it.
This is not the kind of guy who has like a basement underneath his house for like bombs.
Right? Bringing the box to top speed of 400 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But with any addition of boat, new weight should always be split in 2.
Finding acting on the movie Tremors or something.
This is the Archduke's main gun. This cannon is primarily used as ballast in that it counterweights the outboard engine. They both weigh about the same, and that keeps the boat level.
The cannon is never fired a live round on the water, instead relying on a film canister of black powder to simulate a real blast. However, this may not be the Duke's most unique feature.
One of the most unconventional features of the Archduke is the axle underneath. Now, the axle is used to move the boat without a trailer. It's also used to beach the boat to keep it upright. It allowed me to make the boat basically self-sufficient. It does not rely on a trailer to move itself.
His boat's also a car.
Directly to the hull, it can be towed right out of the water with nothing more than a small hitch and a chain.
Is that snow? That is snow.
To hold the Duke around now.
That's cool. Ooh, that's so cool. That is cool right there.
But that's not going to stop me from making my own little boat and then driving around. And I just really, really enjoy it.
Wind machines are everywhere and can arrive in any shape or size.
What is
Some of them
this?
show practical potential. Scaling a mountain has become a metaphor for taking on a nearly impossible task. The slow, difficult climb to an almost unforeseeable end. Now, imagine a device that replaces the human effort completely, allowing you to literally dance up a rock surface. Atlas Devices has built a machine enabling you to do just that. No bigger than a large shoebox, the Power Center is a reverse propeller capable of hauling over 20 times its own weight.
The easiest description for it is actually that it's kind of like Batman's tool belt. It's literally the part that pulls you up the rope. You got a big battery here, motor in the gearbox, and an electronic control unit that controls the speed. So I can just flip with any standard carabiner, and I'm ready to climb. So once it's threaded, I can adjust the speed. I can climb very, very slowly. And then when I descend, release the brake. If I let go, hands free at any time, I'm going to stay there in place. If I want to go up, I just adjust that variable speed trigger. You can go slow. Or I can move pretty quick.
How do you make that?
In 2004, a group of MIT students who
How did he
started
make
Atlas
that?
Devices were enlisted by the Army.
That is weird.
For tactical missions.
Razor, get up here, man.
They were in need of a device that would allow for quick ascents across the mountainous regions of Afghanistan.
So they wanted something roughly the size of a shoebox, weighs about 25 pounds, lift guys up and down in the air. And this is that prototype that we first built.
So cool.
The students developed the device by following the mechanics of a common household tool.
It's kind of inspired by a power drill. There's a handle or a grip right here for my finger, and when I squeeze this red button, it turns on the system, and then it rides up and down the rope. So instead of sort of winding the rope maybe like a normal winch would, this actually goes up and down the rope, so the rope becomes a highway.
In addition to helping troops in the field, the Office of Naval Research also perceives potential in the Ascender for maritime and rescue operations. By threading rope through a litter and the harness of the rescuer, the device can pull the weight of 2 people out of a compromising area.
So in other words, that could become a one-man rescue operation, where now we would have to use 2 or 3 people in the same situation. You can do the same thing from a helicopter.
Traditionally, heli rescue efforts require aircrafts with specialized winches to airlift endangered personnel. The Ascender has the potential
That's very bright outside.
to rescue people.
That is bright.
Its ability to lift hundreds of pounds
Very
at
bright.
once. At the Atlas headquarters in Boston, Massachusetts, a weight verification test is in progress to ensure its maximum weight capacity.
Right now, I have the Ascender attached to 500 pounds of just pure weight, and this is well above what it's actually rated for. It gives us an opportunity to make sure that the system can do not only what it's supposed to do, but also get a little bit extra when the customer needs it. The reason the powered Ascender is actually able to pull so much weight with a battery is really due to a very highly integrated electromechanical design in the system.
Beyond the proprietary design, the power-to-mass ratio technology enables a small battery to lift enormous amounts of weight. The ability of a standard charge depends on the weight being lifted. As the pounds increase, the length and speed the Ascender can travel decreases. The less the weight, the faster you can skim up a rock surface.
The Ascender weighs roughly 26 pounds compared to 500 pounds, 1/20th what it's lifting. It's pretty incredible. So it's quite a power tool. The sensation of moving upward at walking to running speed along a vertical surface is it's really out there. It's very fun.
The Power Ascender's goal is to alleviate vertical obstacles, while this next mechanical oddity is destined to ease the efforts of everyday life. What could be weirder?
Creepy. It's just short, it's creepy.
At your service to greet you at the door.
He just broke through the door.
No. Even children is a workout partner.
He broke the window.
While this futuristic automaton may not be ready for
It
mass
just
use,
broke the window.
it does have a special role within the realm of the U.S. military.
What the? What's going on to him?
Currently in development in Vecna Technologies, Bear, or Battlefield Extraction System,
Bear,
is
okay.
a 21st century knight in shining armor.
This is the world's most powerful humanoid robot.
Designed to engage in casual
It's a
threats
dragon.
and perform all-around workforce tasks, this robot commanded an extremely robust operating platform. A tall order made possible through a complex electrical and hydraulic system.
The Bear is the Hercules of humanoid robotics. The way hydraulics works is it takes electrical energy and turns a pump. That pump builds up high pressure, hundreds of times greater than atmospheric pressure. And then we use valves to release that pressure to all the different joints.
The system creates so much strength that each finger alone can lift over 100 pounds. Beyond this,
Okay, oh god, what's going on with
provide
him?
the joint articulation needed when transporting humans or handling complicated bomb removals.
The Bear arms each have 6 degrees of freedom. We have a shoulder, an elbow, and a wrist. Each of those can move in 2 different ways. That gives us a lot of flexibility on how to pick things up. There's not just one way to reach and grab onto an object. There are multiple ways.
The idea is that the Bear has to be very, very flexible because you don't know what you're going to run into. It doesn't know what obstacles are going to be in the way. It doesn't know what objects it's going to have to move. So the goal was to design something that's very capable.
And Bear's look is fashioned to also enhance that capability. In a rescue situation, assessing the mental state of the victim is imperative.
Whoa, what's that?
Vecna designed the face and made suited calming sense, even provoke laughter to ease a victim's agitated condition.
What's that name of that movie with the
Cameras
robot that
within eye
helps people?
sockets are designed to take commands from the
Wally?
That's like a big
as well as
balloon.
report information for
It's like Big Hero 6, but
Oh, like ugly.
Oh, it is like Big Hero 6. Yeah, okay. I see.
One day it becomes
more like a cat than a bear.
When the word robot was invented, it was invented to describe a general purpose worker.
Mr. Lunt, what's your favorite movie?
Future will be a future full of robots.
Yeah, favorite movie, yeah. Lord of the Rings.
The machine rose out of the need to simplify human tasks.
That's a good movie. I never watched it though.
Just the opposite. From a simple task into a highly complex one.
Whoa, okay. What is this
Los
at?
Angeles, California. The rock band OK Go is crafting its latest music video based on the popular Invention cartoon series by artist Rube Goldberg.
If you want to follow the guy,
No, this is perfect.
Yeah.
The video treatment calls for a massive chain reaction sequence to be constructed, better known as a Rube Goldberg machine.
It seems to be jumping on this area, not up here. A Rube Goldberg invention is something that's important because it's not important. It's a device that takes something that is really simple, really easy to do in your everyday life and make it really complex.
I think there was a class last year that
Here's the
Mr.
Goldberg
Dirksen had
machine
to build
especially
Rube Goldberg
built
machines.
to power up the
Yeah.
television.
Yeah, they're in the
The
music
wheelchair
room.
mounts the wheel
It was actually quite hilarious to see some of those inventions.
which travels down and closes the pyramid, forcing Stonehenge to rise, pushing the mallet to fall on the spatula, or the string activating the gumball machine, kicking a tire that rolls to the cannon, shooting the shot put, which funnels down the catcher rig, depressing the hand, completing the task of turning on the TV.
That's cool.
What
happened there? Why is it?
On a hole here or something.
But for the band, building a Goldberg machine is one facet of a larger vision. Each step must coincide with particular
Is that a piece of cheese?
throughout the 4-minute running time.
Cottage
The line
cheese.
that is sung in there is not going to happen until ting, 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 ting is done, no matter what.
The band's performance will be woven throughout the machine's operation. And of course, all of it has to be captured on camera in one continuous shot.
Oh, the camera backups the camera.
This entanglement of machinery and
Like,
timing
cameraman must
is
be
at the
drawn.
core of Rube Goldberg's work. After graduating with a degree in engineering in 1904, Rube Goldberg quickly changed gears to pursue a career in cartooning. He soon began penning comics for the San Francisco Chronicle. lampooning the changing times of early 20th century life. In 1914, he debuted his satirical invention series, greatly influenced by his engineering background. Goldberg described his inventions as symbols of man's capacity for exerting maximum effort to accomplish minimum results. A typical invention consisted of several household items, including animals, linked together to accomplish a common goal, such as a haircut or a self-operated napkin.
His cartoons were particularly popular during the machine era, where lots of people were going out trying to invent machines to solve any problem they possibly could. So Rube Goldberg was really making fun of the fact that, okay, we can design all this technology, but does it really make our lives simpler? That's left up to the reader.
During his 70-year career, Goldberg produced over 50,000 cartoons, but his legacy will always be linked to his weird machines.
I'm hoping we can get past the first 15 seconds of the song. Okay, I got it.
3, 2, 1, action!
Ballstill.com. Back in Los Angeles, the OK Go video crew was going through several takes with little success. The precision required to execute machine steps is almost immeasurable.
Can't imagine that.
Anything a fraction of an inch off.
Oh boy.
It sucks though, because you have to like keep resetting it and stuff.
At the same time, can you imagine just
Every year,
play around
engineering
with
students
that?
across
That would
the
be
country
fun.
competed for Purdue University's Rube Goldberg contest. It's a celebration of gadgetry, with students concocting the ultimate Goldbergian machines.
So the competition has a certain set of rules which everyone has to abide by. Some of it is
Something about
machine has to be
cross-country with
built
the same
by
thing.
6 foot by 6 foot by
High
6
school
foot.
cross country,
No live
and
animals can be used in the machine.
Something about practice.
We use the machine, no fire, no explosions, and nothing is allowed in the machine. Other than that, as long as you don't injure or hurt anybody.
I've never understood the concept of running around stuff anyway.
The same task is assigned to each team, such as turning on a flashlight or dispensing hand sanitizer, to be done in no fewer than 20 steps.
Oh, okay.
Known as the Engineering Olympics of America, these Goldberg machines now incorporate over 200 separate steps.
We work 2,000 hours on these machines, and right down to the minute before we run it, these things might still be finicky. Luck, the humidity, the given day, where the sun is aligned, everything plays a major factor in how these things operate.
Ironically, over the 50 years he drew the invention cartoon, Goldberg never constructed one himself.
Rube Goldberg never built his inventions, and really he never intended them to be built. His goal was just to draw cartoons that were funny and would help people laugh at their everyday lives.
Returning to the video shoot in LA, production is moved into day 2, as the crews work to execute one seamless Goldberg sequence. Closing in on their 85th take, the production team believes they have problem-solved every bug out of the machine.
3, 2, 1, action!
A tap of a dumbbell ignites the chain reaction, cueing the music along the way. OK Go's Goldberg machine includes over 50 steps to accomplish its task. Each band member appears at 4 separate locations throughout the single-take video. The sequence unfolds over 2 levels of the building.
Whoa. What's the cheese balls?
What?
Whoa, what is going on here? Umbrellas? Okay, interesting, I guess. And buckets and balls and whatever. Don't know what that is. Yellow balls, I think.
What constitutes a weird machine? Is it the shell of the device or the function underneath? Steampunk is a subgenre that believes it must be both. fusing sculptural design with mechanical engineering. From light fixtures and small hot engines, to cars, and even provocative gas masks, steampunk brings history, art form, and moving parts, all into one weird piece. The term steam is used to pay homage to the look and mechanics of the steam engine during the Victorian era of the 1800s, a time known as the Age of Invention. Punk symbolizes
Attention, all FCCOA members. Just a reminder that there is a meeting during lunch in Miss Haney's room. I repeat, there is a meeting during lunch in Miss Haney's room. Thank you.
It would create everything from
Because I won't be able to
phones
see
to
Regan on.
locomotive engines
I won't be
to
able
the
to
electric
see Regan
light bulb.
thing.
Today's steampunk symbolize oil, propane, gas, and even
Nobody's
tanks
gonna
to fuel the machines. Much of the metal is conditioned to appear aged, as if it came right out of Thomas Edison's workshop. Artist and engineer John Seragardi has found his niche in the steampunk world. At his Oakland, California-based company, Form and Reform, he specializes in the ultimate punk machine, the art car.
These are weird machines. These are not things you would see in the shopping mall or driving down the street on your way to work.
His largest piece is the Golden Mean, or to onlookers, the snail car.
This is the Golden Mean, the giant iron snail car made on a 1966-67 VW5. This was a honeydew project for my wife who wanted a giant snail.
The Golden Mean Street Legal, the top speed, 55 miles an hour.
Because I can be able to see Regan and my friend, I can be able to see my friends.
Breathes fire. That's from his eyes.
According to just the chassis engine of the VW Bug, Seragardi built the snail's frame in custom design. To gain the look and feel of a true steam car,
Is that the
he went back to the traditional form of metal.
Turbo?
I incorporate a lot of blacksmithing into the work that I do. I like the organic feel that it gives, a hand touch. You can tell that it's not just come out of the processing machine. It gives my work an edge. It's not just fabricated. There's also some really great handwork in it.
In total, Seragardi added over 2,000 pounds of new sheet metal and steel to the existing chassis. The snail car was outfitted with an air ride system. A flip of a switch will raise or lower the car to adjust to the number of passengers.
Depending on the people I have in here, I've got up to 19 people. I can turn up to 120 PSI and still maintain suspension.
And about those flame-throwing eyes.
Fire. One of the big features of the snail art car is fire coming out of its eye stalks. We have a liquid fuel propane source. This fuel is boiled off at room temperature and converted to gas, which we're storing inside of here. I have a valve that I can control that gas when it comes out. By pulling on that, it releases gas out the top. I have a separate system that's feeding the pilot light that's up here, a needle valve to control how much gas I want out of that.
The tank is housed in the neck of the snail, with leather rings attached to the gas valve.
We got fireballs.
This ring launches fireballs up to 16 feet in the air. A steampunk's visceral ode to legendary machines of yore. Each year, art cars such as the Golden Mean make a pilgrimage to the vast open roads of Burning Man. Nestled in northern Nevada, the 10-day retreat unfolds within the Black Rock Desert's 400 square miles of arid, hardened earth. The Burning Man project has become a mecca for the weird and creative, allowing for tens of thousands of people to showcase their strange toys and machines. Every August, artists arrive with their latest performance vehicles, weird cars, and art installations.
Oh my god.
The enormous desert backdrop serves as the ultimate arena to celebrate these gargantuan machines.
There's a picture of a mountain in the middle episode of Mountain this particular.
And when the sun goes down, another weird machine emerges to captivate the Burning Man audience.
Yes, and actually there's
California-based performance group Omega Recoil is plugged into the high voltage converter known as the Tesla coil. Born from the genius mind of Nikola Tesla in the late 1800s, this electrical oddity still baffles its audiences over 100 years after it was invented. The device acts as a transformer, using magnetically resonating coils. As energy is transferred from the primary to secondary coil, the voltage is multiplied, causing extremely high voltage bursts of electricity to emit from the discharge ring. John Behrens of Omega Recoil helped build a mini Tesla coil to better demonstrate how it works and to study the behavior of electricity.
And in essence, we're simulating lightning by using the Tesla coil to create a high enough voltage that it will jump through the air. The effect of the arc that we see is electrons trying to find their way to ground. And in the process of that, ionizing the atmosphere and creating little arc trails.
The coil's potential can be best demonstrated using a simple fluorescent tube.
Usually you have to have this connected to an electrical circuit. The coil itself creates a field that just causes it to light by the proximity of it.
With this weird machine, Tesla believed he could wirelessly transmit power globally, using the Earth as the conductor. Though this plan was never fully realized, the coil did lead to wireless radio technology. And today, it lives on in a brilliant spectacle of light. Behrens and the Omega Recoil team bring theatrics to Tesla's invention, using 9-foot coils, producing 14-foot arcs that range anywhere between 500,000 and 1 million volts of electricity.
How's the guy end up in this situation?
A performer wears a Faraday suit, which is made of steel and copper. This conductive shield allows for the electricity to skid across the top of the metal as it heads to ground, leaving the performer unscathed. Anything that is not metal, or a poor conductor of electricity, will burn or catch fire as the current passes through it. The result? A symphony of electricity, and a fitting tribute to man's dream of illuminating the world. Our journey in discovering eccentric machinery now takes us deep into the woods of Durhamtown, Georgia, where a unique set of wheels is shredding up the backcountry trails. The motocross board, or MHB, is a hybrid breakthrough.
That looks awesome. Let's take the one wheel. That's like a.
Ooh, that's cool.
That doesn't go the same way as the other. Like it's like we have a roof.
The MXB is the brainchild of extreme sportsman and inventor, Andy Keel.
With a background in snowboarding and motocross racing, I was able to pick out the most interesting and best parts of those. I realized that I could create a vehicle that was extremely lightweight, that could be maneuvered like a snowboard, and has the suspension of a motorcycle.
The board rests on 2 custom-built wheels. The frame is composed of tubular aircraft steel. Coil springs are used to absorb the shock from the terrain, and foot platforms allow for the rider to easily balance on. The handheld throttle includes a brake lever and a smaller thumb throttle, allowing you to regulate the speed.
Okay.
To produce an hour's worth of riding time. It took Keel several years to develop a motorized board that could be controlled without a steering wheel. And his eureka moment came from a trip down the grocery store aisle.
I was pushing a shopping cart in a shopping center, and the wheel was swiveling on the front. For some reason, I picked the back of the shopping cart up and put a little bit of angle in that caster on the front of that shopping cart, and it stopped wobbling. So I realized that hey, if this thing has got a little bit of angle on it, it becomes more stable. So I began to think, how can I have this caster-like design and not have it in front of the wheel? And the solution was to sort of reinvent the wheel.
Keel took the shopping cart's outer caster design and conformed it within the circumference of the NXB wheel. This allowed for a 60-degree angle needed for lead to steer. leaving the driving to the shifts in the rider's wake.
The first one I built in my basement on a budget of about $300. So I took bicycle parts that I found a BMX bike at a thrift store for $5. And I found a small two-stroke engine for $60 or $70 and ordered some steel tubing and a welder and started putting it together. And the first time I stepped on it to try it actually worked.
And according to Keel, the most novice of riders can adapt to his off-roader in a matter of minutes.
Even my 73-year-old dad has mastered motocross board. It didn't take him more than 5 minutes before he was actually riding it on his own, and I don't believe he would ever be able to learn how to snowboard.
The MXB can be geared to reach up to 50 miles an hour. At this speed, many riders are already strapped in techniques in the snow.
This version is equipped with the intuitive release binding system, which allows the rider to be either free from the board or to be clamped in securely the way they would on a snowboard by squeezing this lever on the back of the control handle. When this lever is closed, the bindings shut down on the boot and the rider is completely secure. It has a lot of control the way they do with snowboard. And then when the rider decides to get off the board, an intuitive motion allows the rider to open the bindings. When the handle is released, the bindings open and the rider is able to get off the board. Unlike with snowboarding where you're always secured to the board.
Has a bell function.
From the grocery aisle to the muddy paths, this mean little two-wheeled machine is blazing a whole new trail in the X Games world.
People in the grocery store were thinking when I was maneuvering that shopping cart,
sideways.
they weren't thinking that I would come up with an idea like this from it.
Yeah, it's the most insane. I want that.
Weird machines and head-turning creations are many times a byproduct of the prototyping business. Standard metal products, machine businesses in San Francisco, walks a fine line between making the practical and the bizarre.
I usually just look on the table or around the shelves to see what's in here to answer that question because it's that diverse. But in the past year, I have repaired a saucepan handle in exchange for 2 cookies with an 85-year-old woman. And at the same time, I was prototyping a wind tunnel model for a supersonic wind tunnel test for NASA.
Kevin Baker's special set of skills is constantly enlisted to tackle an array of off-kilter projects. Such as the Spirit of America 3. Craig Reed loves sound barrier breaking jet car. In 1996, Baker machined the parts for the car's third incarnation, which reportedly reached speeds up to 675 miles an hour.
That would be so scary being in that.
But the prototyping business
That would be scary though. That sure would be scary.
This is basically demonstrating that a straight object spinning through space counterintuitively does not trace out the cylinder, it actually traces out a hyperbolic shape. So we prototyped this with the idea that it could be a ride. Someone would get into this contraption and their straight body would go through a curved slot in the wall.
However, SAP's most outrageous invention is spawned from a vision right out of the subconscious.
This is the Flame Tornado. It's a piece that I made in the early 90s after having a powerful dream of a fire vortex. And it can be small or it can burn the roof off the place if I turn it all the way up.
By using aluminum blades, a 20-gallon propane tank, a small 1.5 horsepower engine, and a single mesh, Baker is able to create this massive tower of fire.
Well, it's not like a regular tornado where it's pulling air in from the bottom. So the simple answer to what's happening here is that we've got a series of blades that are creating a rotating column of air. We want laminar flow, so there's not a lot of chaotic air. And as the air rushes in, convection's pulling it up, and it's a self-perpetuating vortex of flow.
Practical use of that. Probably not.
The result? A spectacular cycle reaching up to 40 feet in height.
The